Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Yukpat Education. If okay, stay home, stay safe. I hope you are staying home. Okay, so today we are going to take the honeycomb part 2 of the chapter 3 questions. So if you are seeing my channel for the first time, please subscribe and enable the bell button. So I am going to tell that if you are seeing the now you are going to see the second part. If you want to see the first part, you can it's in my channel. Okay, so can we start the so we can start the part. The king turned around and saw a bearded man running towards him. His hands were pressed against his stomach, from which blood was flowing. When he reached the king, he fainted and fell to the ground. So the king saw a bearded man. We know what's a bearded man. He was running towards them. He was running towards the king and the hermit. His hands were pressed against his stomach. So we know that from which blood was flowing. So he was attacked by someone. Okay, he was attacked by someone. When he reached the king, he fainted and fell to the ground. So fainted means lost unconsciously. Okay, when he have a shock or something, we will feel as if we cannot know anything what happened to us. So we can go to the next paragraph. The king and the hermit removed the man's clothing and found a large wound in his stomach. So his stomach, they found a large wound. Okay, the king washed and covered it with his handkerchief, but the blood would not stop flowing. The king redressed the wound until at the last bleeding stopped. So the king was very helpful to that man. He take his kerchief and cover the blood, so the blood didn't flow, and the king redressed the wound until the last bleeding stopped. Okay, the man felt better and asked for something to drink. The king brought fresh water and gave to him. So the we know that one man fell unconsciously. So when he wake up, when he woke up he feels thirsty. So the king brought him fresh water. By this time the sun had set and the air was cool. The king with the hermit's help, carried the wounded man into the hut and laid him on the bed. Okay, so the king and the hermit carried the man who was attacked and the man into the hermit's hut and laid him on the bed. The man closed his eyes and lay quiet. Okay, the king, tired by his work and the work he had done, lay down on the floor and slept through the night. When he awoke, it was several minutes before he could remember. Okay, I can go to next paragraph. Where he was or who the strange bearded man lying on the bed was. Forgive me, said the bearded man in a weak voice. When he saw that the king was awake. So we can know that the bearded man did something brutal to the king. That why he said, "Forgive me." When the king he saw the king, he was telling sorry, forgive me. So the king replied that I do not know who you and have nothing to forgive for you. Said the king, you do not know me, but I know you. I am the enemy of your soul who revenge on you because you put my brother to death and seized my property. So, the king do not know. The king doesn't know the person who the brother man. The king doesn't know him, but the brother man know the king. He was an enemy, the king's enemy, who revenged on the king because the king put his brother to death and seized his property. Seize means took by force. We have what we will take loan from the bank, and if we didn't return the money, they will come and seize our place and all. Okay, like that. I know. Wait a second. I know you had gone alone to see that hermit, and I made up my mind to kill you on your way home. But the day passed and you did not return. So I left my hiding place and upon your bodyguard, who recognized me and wanted me. I escaped from him, but I should have died if you had not my wounds. I wish to kill you, and you have saved my life. Now, if I live, I will serve you as your most faithful servant and will order my sons to do the same. So the king had the what the breaded man no he knew that the king had come to meet the hermit. Somewhere he knew the king had come to meet the hermit, so he had the mind to kill the king his way back home. But the day passed. The king was digging beds on the hermit's place. The day passed and the king didn't return. So he thought that he should left his hiding place. So when he left, he came upon the king's bodyguard. So we study in the part one that the king, when he come to the hermit's house, the hermit was a simple person. So the king didn't put his royal clothes. He removed that and put normal clothes and left his horse is its bodyguard. So the bodyguard recognized the enemy and wounded him. So, but he escaped from him. But should I have died if you had not trust my word? So the king, so the brother man, the king's enemy, would have been died if he didn't trust him. So I wish to kill you and you save my life. So it's a very nice thing that the man was going from this world, but the king saved him. So now he tell that the brother man tell that now if I live, I will serve you as your most faithful servant and will order my sons to do the same. Forgive me. So what will we understand for this? If he didn't what if he didn't what if he didn't redress the man, and if he died the man was if the man died, then his sons will thought that his sons will thought that the king had killed him, and the sons will also try to kill the sons will also try to kill the king. But what happened here? The king had a very nice mind, and he saved the man's life, and he got a so he the man will serve the king as his servant and will order his sons to do that same. The king was very happy to. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell the meaning of faithful. Faithful means loyal and true. The king was, so we can go to the next sentence. The king was very happy to make peace with his enemy so easily and to have won him over as a friend. He did not forgive him, but said he would send his servant and his own doctor to look after him, and he promised to give back the man his property. So the king was very happy to hear that the man made peace. He was so he was so happy that he didn't make a war and order someone to kill anyone. He make a enemy a friend. Okay, and he did not only forgive him, and the king promised the man to what he the what the what okay, the king promised the man to the king will look after the man with his own doctor, and he promised to give back the man his property. Leaving the wounded man, the king went out of the hut and looked for the hermit. Before going away, he wished one more to get answers to his question. So we knew that the hermit didn't give any answers to the question. Do you remember the question? Okay, I think you remember the question. So we know that the king didn't give any answer. Sorry, the hermit didn't give any answer to the king for his three questions. So the hermit one was on his knees serving seed beds in the seeds in the bed that had been dug the day before. So the hermit was sowing seeds on the bed that was in dug by the king and the hermit. For the king said that for the last time. I beg you to answer my questions, wise man. So the king was asking for the last time. The king thought that if he didn't, the hermit didn't give answer to his questions now also, he will return back to his kingdom. So but but the hermit said that you have already been answered, said the hermit, still bending down to the ground and looking at the king as he stood before him. Now have I been answered? What do you mean? So the king was the hermit said that the king said that it's the last time I am asking you. Please answer my questions. The hermit said, you have already been answered, said the hermit, still bending down to the ground and looking at the king stood here before. So the hermit was looking the king and said, you have already been answered. So the king was in a shock. How have I been answered? What do you mean? So the king was shocked and he asked, how have I been answered? What do you mean? So the hermit replied that, do you not see? If you had not pitied my weakness yesterday and had not dug this bed for me, would have gone away. Then that man would have attacked you, and you should have wished you stayed with me. So the most important time was when you were digging the beds, and I was the most important man, and okay, and to do good me was your most important business. So he get the answers of two questions. His two questions. So when the king met the hermit, and the king thought that he should help the hermit, and he dug the beds for me. If he didn't dug the beds, the king didn't dug the beds, he was gone to his kingdom, back to his bodyguard, and that man who was hiding, how his friend, he would have attacked the king, and the king had not been in this world anymore. Okay, then, but the king didn't do that. He wished to stay with the hermit, and now we understand that. So the most important time was when you were digging the pets. That's the most important time, and the hermit was the most important man to do me good, was your most important business. Okay. Afterwards, when the man ran to us, the most important time was when you were caring for him. Because if you had not dressed his wounds, he would have died without having peace with you. So he was the most important man, and what you did for him was your most important business. So if the king didn't, okay, if the king saw the wanted man and he didn't help the wanted man, he had been died, and without making peace with him, and without making peace with the king. So we discussed before that if he died, that if the brother man die, then his family will also feel to kill the king, but they are now the king's friends. Okay, so the important man in his life, so he was the important, the brother man was the important man that time, and what you did for him was your most important business. Remember, then there is only one time that is important, and that time is now. It is the most important time because it is the only time we have any power to act. So remember, the hermit said that, remember that there is only one time that is important. The important time is now. We should do anything that we feel now, because it is the most important time, because it's the only time we have any power to act is now. So the most necessary person is the person you are with a particular moment, for no one knows what will happen in the future, and whether we will meet anyone else. The most important business is to do that person good, because we were sent into this world for that purpose. So the last paragraph is showing a moral of the story. So the most necessary person is the person with you, or with a particular moment, for no one knows what will happen in the future. So nobody can tell that what will happen in the future and whether we will meet anyone else. The most important business is to do that person good. So the god sent to us the world, the god sent the people and the human beings to the world to do good to other people and his surroundings and everyone. So this is the story by the most what the one of the most wait a second, I have some problem. One of the most important and the famous author, Leo Tolstoy. So we can now go to the exercises. Oops, sorry for the disturbance. So I have a mistake. So we will be doing the question answer section. It's a big question answer section. So I'll my next video will be a what the video of the first part lesson. Okay, the questions and only the question answer of the first part and the second part. Okay. So say so up to then, stay home, stay safe, and thank you. And please subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.